Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. Daniel?
Yep.
I'm Detective McCarthy. I'm Detective Medina. I actually work here at Fifth Precinct. This is where you're at right now.
Cool.
How you doing today, Dan?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Okay.
Very good, very good.
I'm doing well. Danny, do me a favor. Just state your full name.
It's Daniel James Penny,
Okay. What's your date of birth?
July 22nd, 1998.
And where do you currently reside?
I live in East Village now. On my license is my grandmother's address.
Where's your grandma's address?
It's 2208, 160, no. It's in Whitestone. I just have that address there. My parents, they split up. I was in the Marine Corps. I needed an address for my new license. So
Did you grow up here?
I did.
in
I grew
the
up on Long Island.
Where in Long Island?
West Islip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You served in the Marine Corps, Danny?
I did, yes.
I served in the Marine Corps.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Got my little death before the sun attack.
There you go. Nice, man.
What you doing? What was your MOS in the middle?
I was in 0351.
I was an 0331.
Oh, cool. Machine gun. Yeah,
Yeah.
weapons platoon.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I was not military, so I don't know what that stuff is.
It's like another language.
3rd Battalion, 6th Marines.
Okay, there you go,
So,
36.
96 to 2000.
Nice, man.
Two med floats, did my thing, and then I ended up here. Now I got close to 22 years here now, man.
Good pension coming up.
Yeah, man. When did you get out the military?
2020, 2021, around there.
How many years you do?
Just 4.
4?
Yeah,
You
4
were
done.
overseas at all, or?
Yeah, I deployed twice. I did a float. I was in the Med and then 7th Fleet, I think it is, 6th Fleet,
Yeah.
within the Persian Gulf around there,
Nice.
and then Okinawa.
Okay, so you've been around.
That's the Westpac, right? That's the Westpac over
Yep.
there? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man. And what do you do now?
I'm in school, so I'm using that GI Bill.
What are you
Nice.
go- What are you going to school for?
Engineering and architecture.
What school?
City Tech. It's in downtown Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
And what did you say you majored in?
Architecture and engineering.
That's good stuff, man.
But we'll see. I miss the Marine Corps, miss the camaraderie. I was
Yeah.
talking to some of the boys here.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
I was like that when I first got out. I did 8 years the late entry program.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to go back, and then 9/11 happened and all that stuff. But I was actually I was like, damn, I want to go back.
Yeah.
Thank God I went into this. I felt like I was still serving.
Yeah, absolutely, especially here after 9/11. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a bond here, but I could imagine probably the military bond is probably a lot stronger.
Getting rained on and the field.
You have any other family out here, Danny?
Yeah, all my family. Well, my sister just moved down to Miami, and my other sister moved to Houston with her boyfriend.
And so it's you and 2 sisters?
I have another sister. She lives in Glendale.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
right near Whitestone.
Yeah.
I grew up in Queens as well.
Nice.
Nice.
So-
That's good, Daniel. Anyway, listen, Daniel. So we want to talk to you about what happened today.
Sure.
Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah.
And being cooperative.
Absolutely.
And we were serving in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
But anyway, before we speak to you about today, we have to read you your rights.
Sure,
Okay?
absolutely.
So I'm going to read you your rights. After each question, I'm going to say, do you understand? Say yes or no in a loud, clear voice. You got to say yes or no. You can't just nod your head. I got to
Sure.
hear it, okay?
Okay,
You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions. Do you understand?
I understand.
Anything you do say may be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand?
I understand.
You have the right to consult an attorney before speaking to the police and to have an attorney present during any questioning now or in the future. Do you understand?
I understand.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you without cost. Do you understand?
I understand.
If you do not have an attorney available, you have the right to remain silent until you've had an opportunity to consult with one. Do you understand?
I understand.
Now that I've advised you of your rights, are you willing to answer questions?
Yes.
So, kind of run with me and Detective Medina, the course of your day, where you're coming from, where you're
Sure.
going, and then what led up to, the incident on the train.
Absolutely. So I have class down in Brooklyn. I take the F down to J Street Metro Tech. My class is at 12. So once the class finished up, I was going straight to the gym. I go to the gym in Lifetime on 23rd Street. So I get off, I take the F straight from school to the gym. Was on there. I forget what stop it was at, but some guy came in. He's like, whipped his jacket off, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill everybody. I can go to prison forever. I don't care. I don't do this." At that point, I looked to the person next to me like, "Hey, just hang on to this phone for me." I had my headphones in, took it off, and just kind of like grabbed him from behind because he came in, just to because he was acting like a lunatic, like a crazy person. So, and he was rolling around the floor, and at that point the train stopped. I was like, "Someone call the cops," and he's still like rolling around, still going crazy. Had 2 other guys kind of help me, just kind of keep him from going nuts, and yeah, that's when you guys came.
Okay, so you're coming back from Brooklyn, from school.
That's
And you
correct.
said you're on the F train.
Yes.
And you're headed to Lifetime, which is
23rd.
23rd and Park,
Uh,
somewhere.
no, it's not Park. It's 23rd. It's like right outside the 23rd Street stop for the F train. I don't know.
Oh, the F train.
Yeah, yeah.
So, do you remember, I know you said you weren't exactly sure, do you remember where it was that he got onto the train, like Lower Manhattan, Brooklyn, what?
I'm sorry. Like when I got onto the train,
When did you get on the train?
it was at J Street, Metro Tech. That's where the school's at. I got on there. I usually get off. I live in the East Village now, so I
Okay.
usually get off on Second Avenue. I decided to go to the gym, so I was
Okay.
taking it all the way from J Street
When did this person get on the train?
after Second Street, after Second Avenue. Excuse
Second
me.
Avenue?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How long had he been on there before you intervened?
I mean, he got on, he whipped his jacket off. That's, I mean, usually I don't, it's crackhead, you know what I mean? I just kind of let them do the thing. But then she started threatening people, and people started like, he threw shit on people. So it was like maybe a minute before it was like, okay, this guy's.
What was he wearing? Describe it to me.
He was wearing sweatpants and like a sweatshirt.
What color?
I
Do you
can't
remember?
He threw like a windbreaker at like people on when he first got on. He took his jacket off. He's like, if I don't get this, this, and this, I go to jail forever. He was talking gibberish, you know, but I don't know. These guys are pushing people in front of trains and stuff.
And he was standing when he was doing all
Yeah,
this?
he was right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacing up and down?
When he first got on, he like kind of was throwing his stuff, like doing like what crackheads do, like through. And then he turned away from me and was like,
Were you standing or were you sitting?
I was standing. I was in front of the door.
You were in front of the door.
That's correct.
Where on the train were you? Were you the middle doors?
This was in the middle, yeah.
The middle doors?
Yeah.
And that's where he got on, basically?
He got on like diagonally from me, so he came in, but I was on my phone, like listening to music. I wasn't paying attention. He's just a crackhead, you know what I mean? So.
When you say diagonally, what do you mean? Like the opposite door? Or
So
like...
if you don't mind, I could like.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm like, say this is the door over here.
Okay.
He came in from like where you're at.
Okay.
Okay. So he gets on and immediately
Yes,
he
immediately.
starts yelling at, like doors are still open at whatever stop, he gets on.
He gets, yeah, the doors closed, and then he's threw stuff at those people, and he's like, if I don't get this, this, and this, I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm prepared to go to jail for life and stuff.
Okay. And do you remember specifically what he was saying? Like, if I get this, this, and this, do you remember?
He said like maybe like Sprite or ginger ale or something. I mean, something along those lines.
Okay.
Did he seem like he was on something? Did he
Yeah,
seem
absolutely.
intoxicated, high?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that K2 that they're smoking, pushing people in front, like these people are going crazy. So it was,
So he seemed off his lid, basically.
A little bit, yeah.
Now, explain the interaction you had with him.
so I came up. He had his back turned to me, and I just kind of got him in a hold, got him to the ground. He's still like squirming around and still, you know, going crazy. And I turned to the guy. I'm like, hey, call the cops, because the train arrived in Broadway,
Yeah.
and then waited for you guys.
Okay. Was it,
Dan, you said it's Danny, right?
Yes, correct.
Do you mind showing me?
Sure, yeah.
You got him?
Yeah, so he was standing behind me,
Yeah.
and I kind of came like this.
Okay. Did
And
you
then-
apply pressure, Daniel?
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to keep him from getting to people.
Did you put your hooks in?
Yeah, wrap my legs.
Did you learn the jiu-jitsu from the Marine Corps?
I did, yes.
You learned how to grapple in the Marine Corps. What belt level you made it to?
Green.
Green belt?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
It was alright. I was a little bit, yeah, I should have went higher. Yeah.
Should have applied yourself more, huh?
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right?
so they offer that in the Marine Corps, or is that like you take it on your own after they give you basic stuff for?
You have to at least get your tan belt, which is the first level, and then you could progress from there if you want.
And what do they, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm not familiar with the Marines.
Sure.
Like, what is it? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or is it like?
It's a derivative of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and American Jiu-Jitsu, some grappling, some wrestling, all put together
Okay.
to teach you combat, teach
Right.
you how to survive hand-to-hand combat.
Correct.
You know,
Mhm.
they up their game. You know?
Yeah,
So how long after he starts, so the door's closed, he's still yelling, I want this, this, and this. I want Sprite, I want ginger ale. When does he throw the jacket?
As soon as that's like, so the door's closed, he throws the jacket.
And then he
And
starts,
that's when he starts, like, if I get this, 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 I'm willing to go to jail forever. I'll kill you, this, that, and that.
and
So.
is he going up to people specifically saying he'll kill them, or he's just kind of yelling in the air? Or,
You know, it's like, it's, you know, the heat of the moment.
I don't know, it happens fast.
Yeah.
But was he, when he's doing this, is he staying still, or is he kind of moving up and down the?
But he's moving like a little bit. He's like getting people's faces and stuff. People are starting to move out of his way and stuff. And
Okay.
yeah,
So he says, you know, if I don't get this, I'm gonna kill everyone. Something
going
to
to
that.
jail forever.
Yeah.
I'm willing to.
Is it at that point that's when you get up and
Yes.
decide to put him in the hold?
After
Because it looks
he's-
like a sleeper hold to me, like
Right,
something
yeah.
similar to like.
I'm not trying to like. I'm not
No.
trying to like kill the guy.
Right.
I'm just trying to make like de-escalate the situation, right?
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Daniel, not a speak hold, but would you say what you put him in, because I do take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu myself, I've been taking it for many years, would you say that was considered a rear naked choke?
I mean, I don't train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I'm not.
But in the Marine Corps, is that considered a rear naked choke?
Not. I don't know what you would call that. No, I'm not sure.
Because I noticed that you put it around my neck and then you closed from behind.
I would have had it on the back of his head. I didn't press forward.
You didn't press forward.
I noticed when you were doing it to him too, you went to go put your legs around him.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, I held my legs so because if you're flopping around and stuff, you can easily get out of that if you don't lock it.
You did that to control him in place.
That's correct.
Explain to me what made you want to get involved? What made you?
Well, I mean,
realize-
he's threatening people,
Mhm.
and like I'm not confrontational. I'm not a confrontational guy. In the Marine Corps, I felt the need to step in. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's women, children on the train. I'm sure there's ladies there that will
Yeah.
vouch for me, and
He felt like he was threatening other people. He felt like.
oh, he was
Did
absolutely
you feel like someone's life was in danger?
100%.
Okay. Now, how long was this interaction? How long do you hold him in place?
Well, he's squirming up until the cops come, and then he stops, and I got those other two guys to help me keep him there.
At any given time while he's squirming, did you have to apply more pressure to hold him down?
I mean, a little bit. Like he gets like a burst of energy at one point, and then I do have to like hold him a little bit more steady. But if he's not moving, then I
Okay.
let up a little bit.
How long did that last until you let him go?
I mean, until those guys help. I don't know. I'm on the ground. You know, when you're exerting energy like that, you kind of lose track of time.
How about this? You said he got on at 2nd Avenue, you have this interaction. Did this train stop when you let him go? Was the train still moving when you let him go?
Was it like one stop to the next
Yes,
stop?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
want
it's
to-
okay. Yeah.
And then, but then it gets to that station. Are you still holding him?
Well, I'm holding that because he's squirming around. So if I'm telling people, hey, get the cops,
This is you're still holding him on the train while the doors are open. Or
Well,
did you
once the
move it
doors
to the
open, once the
platform?
doors open, he's, like he gets that burst of energy, and I don't know if the doors have been open at that point or if we're still waiting for the station to come. But he has. So I get him down. He's squirming around stuff, going crazy. Then he lets up. He's seems like he's resisting.
Mhm.
Just calm down, and then he gets another burst of energy, and I hold him.
Apply more pressure.
That's correct.
Now, did you guys say anything to each other at any given time?
No.
He didn't say anything to you?
No.
Okay. Was he making any noise?
I mean, not really.
Okay. Did anybody else assist you while you were doing this?
Yes.
Yes.
They were, well, what do you mean by when I...
Did anybody else hold him down?
Yeah, there was two other guys that were helping. As soon as those guys came in and were holding his arms, then I kind of let up.
You let him go.
That's correct.
And when you let him go, what happened? What do you remember?
It was just...
Was he still moving? Was he still saying anything?
I mean, yeah, he was moving a bit, and I was worried that he would go again, so I was telling those guys, like, hey, like, make sure you keep hanging on to him.
So the three of you holding him down, or just the two other gentlemen?
Just the two other guys were hanging on to him.
And how long did they hold him down? They were holding him down by the arms?
Yeah, by the arms. By the arms.
How long were they holding him down before the cops got there?
Like I said, man, it's like like you're exerting energy at
The
that point.
adrenaline is going, right?
Right,
And then
right.
it's like fight or flight, everything's going,
That's correct.
You lose track of time.
Yep.
I understand.
Mm.
At any given time, did you reapply any kind of holds on him once you let him go, or
No,
that was it?
no,
You got
that was it.
And what do you remember from there? Explain to me now.
Just the cops came and that was it. We got him.
Okay. When the cops came, what was he doing?
He was just on the ground.
Was he saying anything? Was he? No.
Like, I'm trying to, like, all these people are like filming and shit and like they're, I don't know.
Okay. Anything else you remember, Daniel, from this interaction? Anything else that was said? Anybody else say anything to you? about
I mean,
what happened?
everyone on the train was. I asked a few people like, "Hey, stick around when the cops come," just so, and they were like, "Yeah, well." And the people were thanking me and stuff because he was. I wasn't like I'm not trying to. Like I said, I'm not a confrontational guy,
Mhm.
and I'm not out here like trying to attack people. It's
Yeah.
not me, not how
Of
I was
course.
trained.
Yeah.
I just felt the need that this guy was saying that he's going to kill people, that he was prepared to go to jail for life. I hear that. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
So I just want to go back real quick from
Sure.
when he first gets on. He gets on the train and immediately, the doors aren't even closed, immediately he throws his
I don't know
jacket.
the exact timing, but it's the doors are, I mean, what is it, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 seconds, he comes on, doors are closing, throws the jacket at those people.
And does it hit anyone, or is it just kind of like?
It's the two people sitting right next to me.
Okay. And then he starts screaming, "Give me soda, give me ginger ale, whatever it is, or I'll
I'm
kill
prepared to
everyone."
go to
Okay.
prison for life. I'm going to kill everyone, yeah.
Does he ever specifically, like, I know I asked you this before, but maybe I just wasn't clear. Does he ever specifically go up to anyone, or is he kind of just staying in the same spot?
Yeah, I mean, he's going around, and like I said, he's, like, people come on, these guys come on the train all the time, and they're
Mhm.
talking stuff. It was not until he started threatening, like, I'm going to go to jail forever, I'm going to kill everyone if I don't get this, whatever he's saying.
Okay, but he doesn't put his hands on anyone.
I mean, I'm not noticing that. Like I said, he's from across the train.
Mm.
He's like enough where I can see him in my peripherals and hear what's going on. But
Well, you said originally that he, like, if that was the wall right there, it was kind of like where we are.
it's a little bit further. It was
Little
from,
further.
like, if this was the door, it's the next door on the other side.
Okay.
Do you understand?
But he was making enough of a scene that you noticed him, and then you probably would have noticed if he put his hands on someone.
But I didn't.
Okay, all right, that's fine. And then once he starts doing that, that's when you try to subdue him.
Yes. I wasn't trying to, like, injure him.
Right.
I'm just trying to keep him from hurting anybody else. He's threatening people. That's what we learned in the Marine Corps. That's what you guys learn as
Yeah.
in the as police officers. It's the same thing if you're off duty. You're gonna intervene in a situation where it's.
Daniel, let me backtrack a
Sure.
little bit. You said when you were on the train originally, you had your earbuds on, you were looking at your phone.
That's
and all that
correct.
Stuff, right? You had both your earbuds on?
I did, yes.
Okay. This guy gets on the train, you actually remove the earbuds from your ear to hear what this guy is saying?
That's correct.
And that's when you heard what you
That's
basically what you
correct.
just explained?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And this whole interaction lasts from one train station stop to the next train
That's
station
correct.
stop.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll just take a minute.
Yeah.
Just give us a minute, okay?
Sure.
Thank you. Sorry, Danny.
So we just want to clarify a couple of things.
Sure.
I know you said, sorry for rehashing this, we just want to make sure we know we got it exactly right. He gets on the train, he throws the jacket, he starts yelling, you put him in the hold from behind, and you basically hold him until it gets to the next stop, and then two gentlemen jump in and you kind of break off.
That's correct.
Do you take him to the ground when you have him in the hold, or are you just holding him upright?
Yeah, I take him to the ground.
You
yes.
take him to the ground.
Yes.
How soon after you put him in the hold do you take him to the ground?
Immediately.
Immediately. Is that why you kind of wrap your legs around, like what you demonstrated
Yes.
him? Like I said, I don't train, so I don't know. So
I mean, are you, if
is that something that helps you bring people to the ground?
it just
or-
helps, detain someone from lashing out.
So you're holding him on the ground. I'm
right.
assuming you're underneath him,
Yes.
right? And he's on top of you. You still have your legs around his legs?
Yes.
Both legs?
One leg at one point, because when he starts squirming around, I kind of lose grip of one leg, so I have him with one.
What are his arms doing at that point? Is he trying? Is he?
Yeah, he's grabbing on. He's like grabbing on. He's like trying to hit me, trying to grab me.
Okay. And then, so you hold him in that position basically the entire length from one stop to the next.
Yeah, I mean, with plus or minus some force.
Yeah.
With some force, just if he starts to squirm, I hold him a little tighter.
So when you're holding him down, you said two males came up and started holding his arms.
Yes.
Were they doing that while you were still holding him in the?
When
in
they
the
started,
hold?
and I asked, like, do you have him? Once they said they have him,
You let go, and when you rolled out from underneath them,
That's
and they just held him by the arms?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you have anything. You're
Yeah,
more
you've actually-
trained. You're more trained in these moves than I am. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like it's better coming from you because
Okay.
yeah, because I know the terminology, but I don't want to say it if you don't know the
Sure, no.
terminology, All right, so like you said, you knocked him down to the ground, you held him there, the guys came over, they held his arms, you got out from underneath.
That's
him,
correct.
And basically at that time, you stood with the gentleman though to make sure if they needed help or not, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
What is he doing when they're holding him down? Can you demonstrate to me on like my body?
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
where
He's
they're
like
holding-
one guy has him like this, and the other guy's like just kind of holding his arm.
So one guy's like pressing his arm into his
Yes.
chest,
Yeah.
like holding him, and then the other guy's like holding one arm to the
Yeah.
ground, and he's still on the ground at this point.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
And he's still moving.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
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 Is he yelling, screaming?
No. At that point, he's
But he's moving though.
Yes.
Okay. How long would you say were you holding him in the hold while they're holding his arms? Was it very long or not very long?
Until I got confirmation that they got him. So
Okay.
a few seconds.
And how did you get that confirmation? Did they say it to you?
Well, I looked. I'm like, hey, do you guys have him? And the guy said, yeah, we got him. So
Okay. All right. I just wasn't sure if you were holding him down, in that hold on the ground, and they were like holding his arms the entire time
No,
of the
no.
train ride.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
because he was squirming around and like getting loose, and that's why I was getting nervous. I asked, hey, like, come and grab him. So
I have one question.
Sure.
Like, when he's screaming on the train before you put him in the move, like, how do you feel about the situation? What do you think is going
Well-
on? Like, where was your head at when it's going on?
until like when people do that, it's one thing. You just let him go. It's like, oh, whatever he's doing. But this guy was actually threatening. This guy was actually, like, I was concerned that he would actually lash out. He's saying that he's willing to go to prison forever. He's saying that he's going to kill you if he doesn't get this, and this. I look around, there's women, children. It's just,
Besides the jacket that he threw, did he have anything else in his hands? Was he wearing a backpack?
Uh,
Anything that could have hurt someone?
I don't know yet.
All right. Just hang tight for a little bit.
Did he make any gestures that he can hurt anybody? Did he have his hands in his pocket
Yeah,
like he had a
no.
weapon?
His hands were out, and he was acting.
Okay.
Yes, he's never like. This happens.
Yeah.
People do this all the time. It's whatever. It's one thing. This guy was actually, like, I was, like, I don't know, like, no one goes out and doing this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was
Enough to make you
Enough to,
basically.
100%.
To make you nervous.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right.
Hang tight.